Hello, boys and girls. Hope you all are doing well. Today, we are going to talk about verbs for now and past. Before we start with our lesson, you should know what verbs are. So, let's start.
What is an action verb? What do you mean by an action verb? Well, an action verb is an action word. Action verbs are words that tell us what a person or thing does. Action. Action means to do something. Look at this picture. What can you see? You can see a girl and a dinosaur. What do you think the dinosaur is doing? The dinosaur is giving a book. Give. Give is an action. It is an action verb. What is the girl doing? The girl is taking the book. Take is an action. What is the girl doing? The girl is taking the book. What is the boy doing in this picture? The boy is eating. The boy is eating. Eating is an action, so it is an action verb. That reminds me, did you eat your breakfast? Oh, it's almost lunchtime. The boy has finished eating. What is he doing now? The boy is drinking. Drink is an action. It is an action verb. What is your favorite drink?
So far, we know that a verb is an action that can be done in the morning or afternoon or evening, anytime. Our lesson for today focuses on the time. Verbs can actually tell you when the action is being done. What time is the action happening? Whether you're doing the action now or yesterday or in the morning, in the evening, when. Now. What does now mean? Now means at this moment, right now. Right now, you're listening to me. You are watching this video. Which grade are you in now? You are in grade 1. You're talking about the present at this moment. What is your age? I'm 7 years old now. Or I am 7 years old. Now, you are 7 years old at this time. So, now means at this time or at this moment. Past. Past tells you something that happened before. Like now, you are a big boy. But before, in the past, you were a baby. Are you a baby now? No. You were a baby in the past. Before. I was in KG3 last year. You are in grade 1 now. But before or in the past, you were in KG3. You are 7 years old now. But before or in the past, you were 6 years old or you were 5 years old. Let's talk about verbs for now. But before we proceed, Let us remember our last grammar lesson. Do you remember it? Verbs that add s and verbs that do not add s. Verbs that tell you about now end with s. Example, Martha plays now. The cats drink milk. Did you notice that the verb ends with s? Plays, drink. We don't have an s here with the verb drink. Why? Well, because it talks about more than one thing or more than one animal. Cats. Cats are more than one. Our last lesson, do you remember? Verbs that add s and verbs that do not add s. If you don't remember, it's okay. Let's just review it. If the action is being done by one person, the verb will need to end with the letter s. Run plus s equals to runs. Let us read the sentence together. He runs fast. We're talking about only one person, one boy. Can you see the boy running in the picture? Yes. We're talking about one person, so we put an S with the verb run. It becomes runs. So he is only one person we are talking about, and runs is the action verb. We added S to run because we're only talking about one person. If the action is being done by more than one person, the verb will not need the letter S. The students read together. Can you see the students in the picture? Yes, there are 4 students. There are more than one. If we talk about more than one person, the verb will not need an S. It won't have an S. So we say the students read together. We don't say the students reads together. No, it's wrong. The students read together. Excellent. Let's read the sentence. Look, the man blank so fast. Okay, I'm asking you to look. So I'm talking about this time. I'm talking about now. So if we are talking about now, depending on the number of people or things, we put S with the verb. Or we don't put S with the verb, right? Okay, now here we have look, the man blank so fast. The man is one. So what do we say? Jogs or jogged? Jogs. Super. Let's talk about verbs for past. We already know that past is something that happened before. Okay, let's proceed. Verbs that tell you about past end with ed. Example, Martha played yesterday. Did you notice the ed being added to the verb play? Yes. Why do we add ed to the verb play? Because it's about the past. The girls jumped in the class. Look at the verb jumped. That means this sentence is talking about the past. An example, Tom blank to school yesterday. It's talking about yesterday. It's talking about past. So, what do we add to the verb? We add ed. Exactly, wonderful. So, what should we choose? We should choose walks or walked. Walked, excellent. Here are some of the clue words which can help you identify or which can help you say if the action is happening now or in the past. The words like today, now, tell you that the action is happening now at this time. The words like yesterday, last night, last week, last year, last month, all are talking about the past. So remember, if you have this word last night, last year, or last summer, they all talk about the past. Now, let us look at a few examples of verbs for now and past. Look at these two sentences here. Toad jumps. Toad jumped. Jumps talks about now. Did you see? The verb ends with an S. It shows that the toad jumps now. Toad jumped. Do you notice the ed being added to the verb jump? Yes. So jumped tells us that the toad did this or toad jumped in the past. He jumped before. The dog blinked at me last night. Okay, we have a clue here. Last night. Last night. The words last night talks about now or past. Past, excellent. Okay, so what do we choose? Barks or barked? Excellent, barked. Tina walks today. We have a clue word here. What is a clue word? It's today. Okay. Today talks about now or past. Now. So if you're talking about now, and if you're talking about one person, what do we add to the verb? We add an S. Super. So Tina walks today. Excellent, boys and girls. Number 2. Tina walked last week. Last week gives us a clue that the action happened in the past. That means before. So, if an action happens in the past, what do we add to the verb? We add ed. So, Tina walked last week. Super. Another example. Dad and I cook now. Okay. We know that it's talking about now because we have the clue word now. Okay. So, if we're talking about now, we add S to the verb. Should I add S to the verb? Would it be correct if I say Dad and I cooks now? No, why? Because I'm talking about two persons. Dad and I are two. So if I'm talking about more than one person or thing, I don't add S to the verb. Super. So our sentence is Dad and I cook now. Excellent, boys and girls. Let us look at the second sentence. Dad and I cooked last month. Okay, last month. I told you whenever you see the clue word last, that means it's talking about the past. Excellent. So we add ed to the verb. So it's cooked. Dad and I cooked last month. Super, boys and girls. It was so good teaching you today. See you next time. Till then, goodbye.